musically.
Hello and welcome to Relationship Soup. I'm your host, Lisa Hughes. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. How y'all doing today? How's y'all week going? Hopefully it's off to a great start. Yeah, my week is a little challenging. I'm just going to be a little honest. It's a little challenging this week for me. My mom isn't feeling too great, as some of you already know. So if you get a second, please say a quick prayer for her. I believe that she will recover. She told me she's still going to watch. So, anyway, if you get a second, please say a prayer for my mom. But other than that, I can say that I am blessed beyond measure, right? So, anyway, like I said, I hope your Tuesday, I hope your Mondays was off to a great start. Thank you all for joining me today. This is going to be a really cool show. We're going to keep it sweet and short and to the point. All right. So, anyway, I see that there are some of you in the comments already. So, I, of course, will get to your comments. But, of course, before I begin, you know I have to do my spiel. Please make sure that you are liking, joining across all platforms. All right. If you want to follow me, it's Relationship Soup LLC. Right now on YouTube, you know you got to put the period. It's Relationship Soup. Period. Okay. Don't forget the period. And also, thank you all so much. Our subscribers has grown. So thank you all. Keep on spreading the word, sharing, liking, all of that. Please make sure you do that. And then, of course, Love Day is Friday, and we're going to actually touch on that today. So look, I just have a couple samples of greeting cards. Make sure that you're hitting up the website www.relationshipsoup.com. Go there. There's still time, especially if you're local, right? So please support Relationship Soup, and of course on IG it's Relationship Soup. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into this thing. I see you all. Let me go ahead and bring your comments on, and then we're going to get into what we're going to talk about today. All right. So thank you so much for joining me, Melvin, cousin Melvin. You know I appreciate you. Yes, please. Thank you so much. Prayers for my mom. Yes, absolutely. That flu is no joke at all. Like that flu is something else, and yeah, she's definitely getting through that. Lisa Hughes, I thought that was good. Sending a prayer for mommy in the name of Jesus. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. Yeah. You know who you're supposed to make me sound like, Reese. You know who I'm trying to sound like. So anyway, maybe we can get in the studio and do a get well song or something like that. All right. Cool, 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 cool. Yes, I see you, Lee Bennett. I love the hearts, need the hearts, love the love. Yes, yes, yes. I see you got colorful today. I see you. All right, so like every show, if you want to come join in the studio, please feel free to do that. I did post the link, which is the StreamYard link right here. So come and join us. Come and join me in the studio. If you have questions, whatever, if you don't want to type them in the chat, feel free to join me in the studio. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and get on with this show. Now, what I really want to get into is love, right? We've talked about love before, and you all know that it's the Valentine's Day. We all have our feelings about that, right? We all have our feelings about Valentine's Day, right? And that's known as the day of love, or depending on how conscious you are, right? I know the truth. Look, I know the truth behind Valentine's Day, but that's a whole nother show, all right? So, where I want to go with this show is let's love in action 365, not just on a holiday, and I'll do that, right? Because I know how some of us feel about it, right? Not just on Love Day. I want you to think about how can people express love to you? And what are some ways that you can express love 365 outside of a holiday? I mean, get ready. You know we're gonna all see the posts, right? We're gonna see the flowers and we're gonna see um the gifts and stuff like that. And it's not to take away from gifts. And I ain't gonna lie to kick it. Do I like gifts? Absolutely. Do I love flowers? Absolutely, I do. I love those things. On the daily matters, not just one day, right? So I want y'all to think about that. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Hey, Lamont, thank you so much for joining me. Yes, I did get your DM, by the way, and I'll be in contact with you. Yes, I'll definitely update you um, about my mom and stuff like that. All right, so here we go. So he says V-Day is a money grab. Yes, absolutely. It's marketing. And I'm not trying to mess it up for anybody because again, in this life, you have to do what works for you. Okay, you definitely have to do what works for you. I don't try to handcuff anybody to my beliefs. This is just a perspective. We just planting seeds and sharing experiences, and that's all. So that's that. Good evening, RSG and Lisa. Hey, Derek, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you very much so. All right, so boom. Again, so we're just talking about love and action beyond the gifts, although that is a love language and that is cool. But let's kind of talk about some other ways to express love, some small gestures that can mean a lot, right? And of course, we will play a true false later. I got the from the principal's inbox, all of that coming up, right? Now, Zora Neale Hurston and Maya Angelou have been on my mind. Not just because it's Black History Month, okay? So don't get it twisted. And I just want to share a couple quotes about love. So as per Zora, love makes your soul crawl out from its hiding place. And then Maya Angelou, love recognizes no barriers. It jumps hurdles, leaps fences, penetrates walls to arrive at its destination full of hope. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Love is a beautiful thing. Not just one. No, absolutely. It shouldn't be just one day. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be just one day. It should be 365, in my opinion. But hey, it's as per your relationship. You feel me? I want love 365. If I can only have it and be able to express it on one day, I don't want it. Just saying. So that's that. All right. So y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. So I posted a question, and I'm going to post it in the chat as well. Right. Let me go ahead and put this here. Because I did post this in Relationship Soup as well. So the question that I posted was, here we go right here. So how can love be shown through silence, adventure, small gestures, or even acts of defiance, right? Have y'all thought about that? Acts of defiance. Love can even be shown then, right? So I just want to share that with you as well. So Reese says 360. Love is real love, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so let's see here. What are some ways that you can share love? I mean, of course we know gifts. Of course we know words, right? So what are some ways? Feel free to type that in the chat. Now, if we're talking about like from a silence, right? Because sometimes you're not talking. Sometimes your relationship is such that it's comfortable in silence. And some of these things can be expressed through friendships, family ships, and all that, right? So let's just keep that in mind as well. All right, so through silence, being present, right? The way that life is now, can we be honest? Like sometimes it's hard to be present with everything going on, right? It's easy to get into your phone. It's easy to be distracted. But what about just being present? Have you ever just sat with someone like while they're in pain or experiencing joy? Right? Have you ever done that? What about listening? How are y'all with listening? Think about that. Do you listen or do you listen to respond? Do you constantly interrupt the person, whether it's good or bad? I mean, whether the situation is good or bad, right? What about through adventure, right? Because of course we've heard, when you're in relationships, even if it's relationship with self, you want to keep it spicy, right? So how about trying something new outside of your comfort zone, right? What about road trips or even supporting a person's dream, right? I can say that, I've been pretty blessed. I talk about my counsel all the time. Just that support just through dreams and endeavors or whatever I've had just means everything, right? I see Derek has come in forgiveness, understanding, sincerity, being there, challenging to do better. Absolutely. Oh, that understanding is huge. Absolutely. All of those, forgiveness, all of that, right? Challenging to be better. That means a lot because, what I feel like my soulmate is someone that challenges me to be better, whether it's through their example or whatever, So, absolutely. I like that, Derek. I like that a lot, actually. All right. So, like I said, supporting their dreams. Now, the small gestures. Now, we've seen these big gestures. I know, like I said, Valentine's Day is coming up. So, you see like the 12, I don't know, you see roses, 12 dozens. I don't know. You see different things like that. But what about the little things, right? What about if your significant other, friend, or whatever, what if they like, I don't know, coffee or something? Why not bring them a cup of coffee? Or just even through physical touch. Like there's studies that have been done to show the power of a hug, right? I mean, I'm a cancer, so I'm all emotional, sentimental like that. Like I like hugs, I like touch and different things like that, right? What about handwritten notes? Those are really special. Like what someone that one thing that I like to do, with my lover or whatever, when I'm in a relationship, one thing I like to do is like I'll write affirmations and I'll send it to them. Or I will send them prayers or different things like that, right? So how that's a way to show love as well, right? I mean, it's a small thing, but putting like a reminder like that, like on a post-it note and putting it on the mirror, that reminds them that they're loved. And even if they're having a tough day, how dope is that for them to be able to look at that, to lift them up, to lift their vibration or whatever, right? I'm saying. So Derek says introspection and self-discipline. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so that's just something to think about. Now, I know it probably threw some of you earlier when I said through acts of defiance. Um, and some ways that you can show love with that would be like standing up for love, right? Um, Defying societal norms, okay? Family expectation, breaking generational curses, um, even cultural pressures, like, standing up outside of those, right? Breaking cycles, like I said, and really choosing each other every day, even when it's hard. Because let's just be real, things happen, life happens, and sometimes it can be hard to choose your significant other or whoever, So even when the world says you shouldn't, deciding that your love is worth it is everything, right? So what y'all think? What y'all think? All right, so where else do I want to go with this? Like I said, touch, everyday action, giving your undivided attention. Like, seriously, it's like I said, it's putting down your phone, right? It's during dinner, it's making eye contact. And again, it's listening to those small or even those big details. Because what does that communicate? That communicates, hey, you matter to me, right? Don't it feel good? Like when you matter, right? Absolutely. So Holly says, "Is this live now?" Yeah. Oh, Halo. I don't know why I saw say Holly. Halo says, "Yes, we live. You want to come in? Come in the studio if you want." Yeah, we are definitely live. Trying to convince people of important facts they don't know about. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, Derek. Yes, so like I said, every day just showing up, small things, washing their car, prepping a meal for their lunch week. How dope is that? Like I'm one, I don't mind cooking favorite meals or, I'm really into holistic things, right? So for my significant other or my lover or whatever, it's not uncommon for me to share different remedies or buy them remedies for different things, right? Because I care about your health. So Lamont says, yes, choosing each other when it's hard. Touch is my love language. I love a great hug. Definitely. It's something about a hug, like a hug, that forehead kiss. You know what? We see that on The Best Man. Y'all remember that forehead kiss? Man, that forehead kiss is everything to me. Absolutely. Definitely important conversation. Yes, absolutely it is. I mean, because it's so easy to get caught up in routines and system or whatever, right? So I'm glad that you think it's an important conversation. I definitely look forward to your feedback. All right. So, yeah, so there's definitely ways to say I love you without words and without gifts and things like that. And again, I am not downplaying gifts. Please do not take it that way. Okay. Gifts are a wonderful thing, right? Um, but sometimes you know, a surprise date night, going on an adventure, some of the things that I've mentioned, creating special memories, those mean stuff too. Sometimes it's good to change it up. It doesn't just have to be what society says that you should do, right? So tonality says problem solving and showing them new things or other ways to show love. Absolutely. A new way of doing things, new perspective, knowledge, wisdom, books, just different things. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now, listen, I know I've shared some, and I know there are people on here that are in long distance relationships, right? We all know the story of my beautiful admin, and I know she's listening, her and Mr. Bonner. Their love started as a long distance relationship, and we all know, well, I won't say all, that's an overstatement. Some of us know that long distance can be a fool. It can be very challenging, and trying to find those creative ways to show love you have to be very creative. So, for those that are expressing love from afar, what are some ways that you can express love? Of course, you can send flowers, you can send gifts and stuff like that. I mean, you don't have to be local for that. You can do that long distance, absolutely, right? But what about a care package? Okay, I know, hear me out, hear me out. So, for example, say that your lover, your long distance lover, loves books, right? Why not send them a book that they've been wanting to read, right? How special is that? Okay. What about a pay? Okay, so this was really cute, y'all. I seen this online and I thought it was the cutest thing. It was a woman. She had mailed her boyfriend a playlist on USB, on a USB drive. You know the little USB drive, and songs that reminded her of their time together. Y'all remember back in the day when we used to make mixtapes? Well, I didn't make no mixtapes. I had a couple little tenderonis back in the day. Y'all remember the word tenderoni? Anyway, that had sent me, like they would make little mixtapes for me. And to be real, I probably still got a few of them in the garage. I'm just gonna be honest. Right? But how special is that? Because for me, music is of course there's music that expresses love and stuff like that, but I'm just saying like just even sending someone those good vibes. How dope is that? Favorite songs. Anyway. So that's a way as well. So then even virtual acts of service. Okay. So you could send like groceries to your significant other, through those services that they have, right? Grocery Dad, DoorDash or whatever, right? Listen to Grocery Dash. Making time for virtual dates. Have you ever been on a virtual dates before? A virtual date? What about that? Have y'all ever like with your long distance lover, like y'all watch a movie, like, nah, you press play, you press play. Let me know when you press play, right? Y'all can watch a movie together. I see that there are tenderoni. Listen, Lamont, you know about tenderoni. You feel me? Hey, Bobby Brown did it with that song. I'm just saying. So back then, that would have been about the time. You think Bobby Brown days, New Edition? Yeah, I was getting mixtapes. I got them cute little tapes. Or when you would record like your favorite song off the radio. Yeah, I had a few of them too. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a little fan club when I was young too. But anyway, so Reese says the mixtapes hit different. Yeah, they do because it's special. Do you know what it took to make a mixtape back then? And to actually, and even now, if you're thinking about, moments that you've had with your significant other, right? Or just songs that remind you of that person, that's a beautiful thing. I'm just saying. So, Halo, my perspective is definitely not a popular outlook on relationships. I've seen the other side of this reality, and I know, Halo, we've had some conversations as well. However, I condemn no one. I've learned a lot about relationships and perceptions. Absolutely. I feel like, relationships, love, all that stuff. I feel like you are a student for as long as you want to be. You can always learn something, is what I'm saying. Whether it's you're studying that person or whatever, so I definitely welcome different perspectives. What are some other things? So I would say another thing is when you're in a long distance relationship, having something to look forward to and keeping that at the forefront as well can be really special. Like, um, I would say like planning your next visits, whatever, right? That can be a way as well. So, just something to think about. So, what are some other things that you all have done, right? Have you only been in local relationships? Have you ever did long distance? So, how did you show love? What are some things that you've done to show love, right? I do want to, before we move along, I want to share some of the comments because in the group I did post, besides words and gift, how can someone show you love? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share a couple of those perspectives as well because, of course, y'all already know that it matters what my members say. Okay. All right, boom. Okay, so again, I posted besides words and gifts, how can someone show you love, right? And Tamika G says, praying for me, with me, being emotionally intelligent, always, but especially during moments of indifference, loving, supporting my quirkiness, food, finding interest, taking part in the activities of my life, including me in their activities of life, without being asked or prompted. Absolutely. Let me tell you something. Praying for me, because I am a very spiritual person, praying for me is everything. Actually, I had asked someone to pray for me recently, and my mom, like I shared, that my mom isn't feeling very well right now. And I asked this person to pray for me. And you know what their response was? It was a little text message without ceasing. I was like, hey, can you pray for, me and my mom? And they were like, without ceasing. That really did something to my soul. You feel me? That's really special. So Sherry says, making me dinner, filling up my gas tank every Sunday. I actually remember my daddy doing that for my mama, just as an example. Like he would fill up mommy's gas tank and stuff. It's just little things like that, right? My mom would always make dinner and different things. And I remember she would make little special snacks and some of my dad's favorite cakes and cookies and stuff like that. So Anjanita says, being a shoulder to cry on and an ear to listen. Listen. This one is close to my heart. Because even though I'm a Cancer, I'm not no crybaby Cancer though. I think my Taurus and I got some Gemini and some other stuff in my chart, that keep me, from being a crybaby all the time. Not that it's anything wrong with crying. I mean, God, He bottles our tears. He counts our tears. He sees our tears. So I'm not speaking against it. I'm just saying I ain't doing it all the time. It's balance. Okay, maybe. But anyway, listening, being thoughtful, understanding their nuances, gentle touches, noticing their mood shifts, focusing on their well being, a random foot rub, reaching out to hold their hand. Absolutely, right? So, those are just some ways that members have shared about how to share love outside the norm of gifts and words, right? And again, I'm not dismissing that because words mean everything to me. I do like gifts. I like stuff. I ain't gonna lie to kick it, right? It don't make me. I just like it. All right, so let's see here. So Kim says, "Hi everyone. One day, a young gentleman gave my daughter rose seeds, and 30 years later, they still bloom every year. That young man was a brilliant lover. I today still enjoy those roses. Everlasting love." Let me tell y'all about that. I was just having a conversation with someone, and we were just having a general conversation, and I had mentioned something about either greeting cards or I don't remember the full details. But one thing that they said, I used to send my daughter's gifts, like excuse me, I used to send my daughter's roses or flowers for Valentine's Day, right? But one thing that they have done is they planted like a rose bush or whatever for their daughter. How special is that? Right? I have one actually outside of my home. I have like a little rose bush or whatever that blooms every year. That means a lot too. Gardening together and different things like that. Don't get me wrong. Flowers are cool. I love flowers, right? What if you could keep it going, right? Where it's not just a bouquet here that's just going to die. I mean, yes, flowers and plants, they die. How special would it be that you can go out into your yard and there's a rose gar- garden or even bush? How dope is that? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Tonality says, shout out to Babyface for writing Bobby Brown, one of the best R&B songs of all time, Roni. Yeah, Roni was everything. That's still one of my favorite songs. That is still one of my favorite songs. Actually, that whole album was dope. I'm just saying. Yeah, so what else y'all got out there? How y'all feeling? Anything else y'all got? I'm gonna keep this show pretty short today. Just like I said, I just wanted to touch on love. I do have a couple people in the studio. I will bring them on, okay, and we'll get into a game. Of course, I have a true false game. Y'all know I got to do that. I like to see what y'all answers will be. So let me do this. Before I get into this true false game, let me go ahead and bring Reese on. Reese, turn on your camera if you're ready. I have to be ready because sometimes in the studio, like people they'll step away and in the past, like I had to learn. Look, blink once. Look, turn on your camera once if you want me to bring you on. Right. So let me see here. I have a comment. Let me bring this comment on, Reese, before I get you in this room. Actively reading the Bible together is a great way to protect the family and learning how to love with a godly love. Absolutely. Relationships are a reward for the selflessness and punishment for the selfish. Ooh, let me read that again. Relationships are a reward for the selfless and punishment for the selfish. That's deep. That's very deep. All right, Reese, let me go ahead and bring you on. Bring a Reese to the stage. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you? Love and light to you.
Thank you. So, look, absolutely. Not long ago, you were sitting in the seat with your mom. How's your
Yes.
mom doing?
She's doing good. Ebbs and flows. At the end of the day, I was just visiting her earlier, so we got to make some adjustments with some things. She's actually going to have her peg to reinstalled on Thursday, but hey, God is good. Life is good. Literally, life is literally ebbs and flows. You always got to look for that silver lining. So, hey, everything is going according to plan. So it's good stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
I'm
I
in
could.
constant prayer for mommy. I'm sending out prayers to you constantly, scriptures, because the devil is a liar. we're going to claim victory in this situation. And you know, I'm always praying for your mommy, every day, 360 love. So nothing
Absolutely.
changes. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I appreciate that because look, I believe prayer works. You hear me? Prayer
Absolutely.
works. Okay.
That's
So,
biblical.
hey, absolutely. Look, that's why for me, and like I said, just reflecting on that text message because I'm telling you, I've been in my feelings. Like I am a strong person, right? Strong people don't have to say that, I guess. But at the end of the day, I really do try to approach things from, a centered point of view. But I was having a moment. I'm human. You feel me? Like
Yes,
I've learned to have so much grace with myself. I'm human.
you have
And
to.
for me, I literally sent that text, please pray for me. Please pray for my mama. And they were like, without ceasing.
Yeah, and that's real. I mean, I pray for you both all the time. Pray without ceasing, absolutely, and pray with purpose.
Hmm.
You have to pray with purpose and call the thing out that is concerning you, and give it to God. And
Absolutely. You got to.
yeah, but at the end of the day, once you put that trust and you have that support system, it says, one or more gathered in name, things will come above anything we can ask, think, or imagine. So, I'm sending out those prayers. My mommy sent you a prayer as well. Even though she's going through her thing, she sent a prayer out to mom. So, you she is covered in prayer. And so
Amen.
and yeah, and you're well supported. So and that's when we're speaking about this thing called love, that's love. Love is action. You can say love, but at the end of the day, being there from somebody is just one to me one of the biggest love languages that you can have.
Hmm.
Because gifts, those are cool. People like stuff, flowers. Me myself, I'm a big fragrance guy, shoe guy, music. But at the end of the day, I love those things. But those are things that are tangibles. But the intangibles are the things that hold weight and that are the things that will be everlasting.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Now, Halo, you asked how do you join the studio? I just put this link in the chat. So if you want to join the studio, if you want to get in here, here's the link right here. Just hit it, follow the prompts, and you'll be in the studio with us. The virtual studio, that is.
Yes.
But anyway, so yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And that's the difference, honestly, because this holiday that we talk about, D-Day, and no shade, hey, people celebrate how they want to celebrate, but it's really focused solely on eros, which is romantic love.
Hmm.
When you show love to people, it's not just about eros; it's about agape, which is unconditional love, and really being that support system for people. Because you both things can be true. You can have eros for somebody and agape love, but at the same time, in those moments, crisis and moments when you're down, you need that agape love, that 24/7, caring, without seeking reciprocity
Hmm.
in a sense, but really just being there for people, and that's the greatest form. That's
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, because I'm telling you, the other day because I don't mind being vulnerable and transparent. Like I ain't gonna lie, I was doing deep color purple cry the other day. Like I
yes,
had just, we were rushing mommy to the mommy was being rushed to the hospital, and I had reached out to someone, and they had talked to me, and literally just even just, hey, it's going to be okay, just telling me jokes and different things like that, just to try to get me, that's love. You feel me? That's a
absolutely,
beautiful thing in my most one of my lowest moments, just not being together, and just really caring enough, loving me enough to be like, yo, let me try to cheer you up, let's get you to the hospital safe, let's keep you encouraged, right?
indeed. And
Absolutely.
encouragement
So
is one of those things that it seems such like a small thing, but it's such a big thing in those moments of crisis, and you really need that support system. And I think Lisa, like in general, you have a huge support system. I think you
mhm.
can call on a lot of people will be there. Me being one of them. But at the end of the day, it's about making sure that you surround yourself with people who show that agape love. Because that's the thing that will sustain you through perilous times. And even in happy moments, again, I always say life is ebbs and flows. Obviously, when you're in a situation, it's the ebbs, but you have to trust the process that you'll have a support system to get you to the flows.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Because even when, like, I'm telling you, and sometimes I have this thing with patience, which God is showing me patience. Like, He is really, patience has been huge this season.
Yes.
And so I'm telling you, I'm calling you, and it was Super Bowl Sunday. You feel me? It was Super Bowl Sunday, so I'm calling. Ain't nobody answering the phone. Yeah, look, everybody was probably watching Kendrick Lamar's performance, which I still have to watch it, right? Because obviously I have some things.
Yeah.
But I'm
Absolutely.
just saying that, and then they they were there, which I'm not. Again, my support, y'all know who y'all are. My counsel, y'all are have consistently been there, and y'all are there, like, even that night sending me prayers, and just different things like that. So just as an example. Now, Halo, I told you, you got to click on the link. You trying to get in the studio, just click on the link and it will have prompts. It's that link that I have flashed down here. I'll do it one more again. Oh, not that one. And I need these laughs. Okay, so this link right here, right, it's the StreamYard. That's what you hit to get in here. Okay.
Come on, talk to Kelly Rowland.
You listen. Don't do that. People be like, "Can you really sing like a doll?"
I mean, auto tune
Little
is a
auto tunes.
miracle
I
worker.
ain't playing Reese because we might have to
It's,
make a get well song for Mama. You feel me?
I'm with it.
My voice, my singing voice ain't it. Like
That's
like
okay.
like you gotta love me to like this voice. You feel me? If you say, hey baby, you can sing," that's because you love me. Or maybe
Facts.
you love me to be like, "No, baby, you really can't sing." Like that's what I want. Tell me the truth.
Auto tune cures a lot of vocal hoopla. So at the end of the day, I can make you sound like probably better than Kelly Rowland. You'd be like the female T Pain and that thing like, you know, he likes that,
Look,
that Lisa.
and then put a little beat up under that. You feel me?
You already know I got the beat. I
Yeah,
got
you
the beat.
already know. Listen, put a little beat up under that. Listen. Hey.
Hey, say less. And we'll put it on a live speak at the hospital for moms. We're like, what's that? Like Lisa's new song.
So Derek says, I was going to say Lisa looks like she can sing. Derek, look, don't judge a book by its cover. I know I probably look like an R&B singer a little bit. You feel me? I look
RBD
like I could be in a girl band, or
facts.
was in a girl band back in the day. But I don't want to lie. Thank you, Derek. Don't lie. Don't lie, Derek. Keep it all the way real. No, I can't sing. In the shower, kind of.
The
Them
acoustics in the
acoustics,
bathroom.
right?
Everybody can sing in the bathroom.
Listen, Eric, look, okay, you sound good in that bathroom. You hear me? I sound good by myself. I
Right.
be
When
sounding
nobody's
real
around.
good. Nobody around, just me. I'd be like, girl, you
And
be flowing.
I tell you what though, the car concerts are off the chain though. I don't know if you ever had a car concert. I'm gonna tell you, it's one of the most like you know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you
Like
talk. I do it all the time.
those are so therapeutic. Like you be jamming and you don't care who's around. You just like you in your car doing your thing, like and you really feel like you're on stage.
Absolutely. The truth is, you should sing like nobody's like no, or was it dance? Sing, dance like nobody
What
watching.
is it? Absolutely. All the time. So those are moments that you need in your life, especially when you're when life is trying to, do its thing, when life is life, and as they say, have those car concerts, talks, read, positive things. Oh, when we get offline, I'm gonna send you this app too. I think this would be really good for you as well um, when we get offline. But you know, at the end of the day, let me ask you this, at least, in present and past times, and I know it was like you're supposed to be asking the questions, but
It's all
in
good.
present
Hey,
past
that's what I'm
time,
here
what
for.
was what would you say is maybe a singular or multitude of acts that you've seen that were intangible acts of love
As far as
or you've
relationships,
experienced?
or that I've experienced, or
Relationships, yes,
friendships, intangible
friendships,
stuff I can't
relationships.
touch. What are some that I've witnessed as far as say that question again?
You
One more
personal,
again.
yeah, I got you. So tell me, like, what has been some experiences of intangible acts of love that you've received, past and present?
Man, so many, so many. Like I said, like the praying for me.
Yeah,
That's one.
prayer's
Just
huge.
supporting me. Okay, so to me this was a wonderful act. I mean, and it's been so many, right? That I could be a whole show, and I'm not being braggadocious or anything. Like I just feel
No,
like
you
when
speaking
when
your
when
truth.
people show me love, whether it's through tangible or intangible gifts, I really feel like that's God speaking through them. That's just them being obedient to God to show me that.
Absolutely,
You feel me? So there's just been
absolutely.
so many from even like with relationship soup alone. I again that's a whole nother show. With relationship soup alone, I can think of just how people have come together to give me ideas. You put together the theme song. I can speak on Lyric that has done a lot of things. Like when I was talking about my podcast and different stuff like that, I remember Lyric was like, say less, and came back with this plan for relationship soon. You feel me? And I'm just
Yes,
like, wow. And it was really good stuff. Like, wow, I really appreciate that. You feel me? Um, so that just from praying to um, like hugs when I needed. Like I could even think back to when my father passed away. Just I mean, because I'm like, hey, if people can make it fine, if they can't, I'm not really tripping. You feel me?
hmm
But the love that people show, like even from my bishop to my friends to even people that had just met me through the soup that really didn't know me that well but knew me through relationship soup, they actually came out and supported when my father passed away. That's love.
that's awesome. That's love.
That's
Yes,
love. I mean, and even to this day, like my DMs, I'll still get messages on how you doing or, you know, whatever. You crossed my mind today, man or woman. It's not where people are always trying to get at me at the DMs. Some DMs are good, you know.
no doubt.
So it's
Absolutely.
just been from even when I was sick, I remember, and I think I posted it because I was just like, just the outpouring of love. I had gotten sick, I think it was last year or something. And
Yes.
then like, and I wasn't saying it for nobody to send me nothing, but I just remember like I was getting these deliveries of water and different things like, and then just even the text message, hey, you need anything to call, you need anything. For me, that's love. Now I've
Yes.
gotten grandiose gifts, right? Bags and trips and all that stuff. And I'm not dismissing those things. So please don't think that I'm dismissing those things. If that's how y'all move, if that's how y'all live, and that means the most to you, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, I can appreciate those things. I've gotten those things. The small things mean, they
And
mean
that's what I was going to
everything.
touch on, right? Because grandiose gifts, that's nice. For some people, it's good for the gram. But I think the small acts of love are what's everlasting. Those things that you remember forever. Because bags just take money. Shoes just take money. But when you put something together that's created from your heart and soul, that's priceless, right? And
Absolutely.
yeah. And so
Absolutely.
that's why, like time and time again, through the theme, if people are paying attention, it's like it's those acts of just being there and really being supportive. It's like, yeah, when you came to the back, I receive those things, but it's like, cool, yeah, but being there is more important because yeah, you can throw money at stuff, but if you're abusive, what does that mean? You can throw gifts at stuff, but it's like, hey, when I need you, say, hey, pray for me, like, then it's like, what does that even mean? So it's like you're putting on a show, right? And I posted some on Facebook. People can be there, for sure, or people can be there for show. So it's like at the end of the day, people do things for show, or people that are really there for show, which is really like being there for you when you need them, and that's the greatest gift. And I think that it just goes without saying that when you're giving from the heart, it's felt. When you're giving from the mind, it's definitely felt also because I think that when you're giving, for show, it's all about, in my personal opinion, and people can agree or disagree with me. It could be like a love bomb or a manipulation tool to say, hey, I'm giving this to receive love, and you know in an act to trigger reciprocity. When when you give from the heart, it actually it ignites reciprocity, right? So
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, reciprocity is everything.
yeah.
Reciprocity is everything. And I do see that we have some comments. We see you, Mark Lee. Let's see
Mark
here.
Lee, what's up?
So Derek says sing karaoke doesn't have to sound no good. Listen, now Derek, depending on where you sing karaoke at, like I need to go to the place where most people ain't gonna sound good because that spot up north side. I mean, I don't know. Them people be sounding like they have whole contracts. You feel me? Like they have whole contracts. Like they've signed because they really be singing. So, oh, that's fine. Hello, do what you can until we get out of here. Cause look, hey, y'all know how I be for these shows. I be hungry. Let's see here. Thank you, Mark Lee. I appreciate that. I really do.
Mark
Um,
Lee. Yeah.
Hallmark and flower companies love Valentine's Day. Yes, they do. Absolutely. I
Mar-
mean, a lot of it is marketing. Valentine's Day, Easter, Christmas. Yeah, absolutely. And so, I think again, if that's how you move, you celebrate holidays, that is wonderful. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I don't handcuff anybody to my beliefs or whatever. Again, we're just sharing perspectives, right? The truth of the matter is, it's a lot of marketing that goes down on Valentine's Day. Like I've seen greeting cards, and I'm not gonna lie to kick it. I mean, I actually have greeting cards. That's part of my company, right? I've seen greeting cards like $12. You feel me? Like
wow.
Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, all of those different holidays. Yeah, marketing. Hey, Hallmark and flower companies, they definitely love it. They
Yeah.
really do.
Not to mention the markup on flowers on those days. Like Valentine's Day, the markup on flowers is ridiculous. Like what? It's a business. And same thing for Mother's Day. They mark up flowers like, you know, 300%. So
Absolutely. Sometimes a homemade gift or someone bring a homemade dish can be absolutely homemade food, homemade gifts, right? Can mean everything. I mean, again, I'm a Cancer. I do have that sentimental side. I don't mind homemade things. Or just things like if you are like my friend or whatever, my lover, and you study me and you think like what I like, and then you actually do that, that means the world. Or those Valentine's concerts that are ridiculously priced. Yeah, those comedy shows.
they crazy. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, they could be crazily priced. Absolutely. Well, this is what I'm going to do, Reese. I'm going to take you off for a quick second, and I'm going to play this true false, and then we're going to get out of here. So hopefully, Halo, he can get in the studio, right? So
Absolutely.
I'm going to take you off, and we're going to play this true false. Cool?
Cool.
All right. All right, boom. So let's see here. So Derek says, show appreciation in ways that the other person values or understands. Absolutely. When you can do that, that means a lot. Not as per the way that you understand the other person. I like what you said there, Derek. I like what you typed there. Because if you can do it in the way as per them, or as I would say in my business communications class, per the you view, meaning that you're looking at the receiver, how they receive it, that's everything. That is absolutely everything. All right, y'all. So let's play true false. So y'all know how this works. I'm going to type a question and you tell me whether it's true or false. Okay, we're going to do a couple of these and then I'm going to get out of here. I really appreciate you all joining me tonight. All right, so let me go ahead and type this first question. I know there's a little delay, so I'm going to give y'all some time. So the first question I'm going to type is, or put in the chat, acts of service is the most common love language in long-term relationships. Okay, now these questions are general. Okay, these questions are general. So, acts of service is the most common love language in long-term relationships. So, is that true or false? I'm gonna give y'all some time to answer that. A chance to answer that. I see you, Daniel Artest. What's the science? Good evening, live from NYC. Yay! Hold on. I seen that post in the suit. Look, I be working out. Like I'm feminine strong. You feel me? I'm strong, but it's a feminine strong. Hope you are enjoying the NYC. I got to get up there. I haven't been to New York yet. That's one place I haven't been. I got to get up to the NYC. All right, so let's see here. So again, acts of service. Let me bring that up, y'all. So acts of service is the most common love language in long-term relationships. What y'all think? True? False? What y'all thinking? What about as per your experience? What y'all saying? All right, so let's see here. Mark says, I miss NYC been a minute. Yeah, I've never been. I can only imagine what the shopping is up there. You know what I mean? The shopping, and you can find whatever it is you want to do. I'm like, if I want to go to, I don't know, a Blues Clues party, can I find that in NYC? I just threw that out there, dang. I don't know. I would just think that out there, whatever it is that you want to do, you can find it. Is that true? Tell me about that. Talk to me. All right, so Dr. Cooper, thank you so much for joining me, for taking time out of your busy life to join me. I appreciate that. Well, I didn't know it was going to be so hard. Listen, Taylor, don't worry about it. We'll get in contact. Get in contact with me, and for the next show, we'll get you in. We'll get you in the studio. Because sometimes this StreamYard, it be doing the food sometimes. Say it again. Absolutely. I know your life busy, Dr. Cooper. Dr. Cooper. I know your life is busy. The shows are off the chain in NYC. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. So Mark says, just came back from Miami. I hope you enjoyed Miami. I enjoyed Miami when I went. So let's see what y'all saying. So Tonality says true. Derek says true. Kimberly says false. Thank you, cousin Kim. Daniel says true. I agree. Acts of service is the one. Oh yeah, is it the one? Is it the one? All right. So let's see here. So let's see what the answer is. The answer is true. Now, studies show that many couples value actions over words over time. I can see that. I can see that. And the resource for that is the Five Love Languages by Gary Chapman. All right. So let's see here, y'all. I'm going to ask another question because I'm going to get us out of here. All right. All right. So another question. Silent love, showing affection without saying I love you, can be just as powerful as verbal affirmation. I see you, Melvin, cousin Melvin. I see you, Halo. Y'all said it's true. Yeah, it is true. Right? Now, what about this one? I'm going to put this other one out here. So, again, and I'll bring it up here. Let's give it a time to get on here. It's taking a little minute. Okay, there we are. Okay, so boom. Silent love, showing affection without saying I love you, can be just as powerful as verbal confirmation affirmation, which I say true or false. Silent love, showing affection without saying I love you, can be just as powerful as verbal affirmation. What y'all say? True or false? False or true? What y'all thinking? What y'all think? Silent love, showing affection without saying I love you, can be just as powerful as verbal affirmation. What y'all think? I see y'all answers. I see you. I see you. All right, Halo says, I have that book. Yeah, that's a good one. I got it too. I got it too. So Mark Lee says hell to the yes. Kimberly says true. Derek says true. Tonality says true. Halo says nah, that depends. Oh, it depends. As Melvin says true. Right? What's it depend on, Halo? What's it depend on? Oh, okay. Oh, you were at a conference. I understand that. It's always nice when conferences are in cool places, right? I remember I had a company trip. It was in Vegas. That was off the chain. Off the chain. Right? All right, so boom. So what's the answer, y'all? The answer is true. Okay, so research suggests that body language, presence, small actions often communicate love more deeply than words. All right, so y'all, this is going to be the last question of the evening before we wrap up and get out of here. All right, so my last question. Okay, let me go ahead and put this in the chat. Give it a second. Okay, so my last question. Giving extravagant gifts is a more effective way to show love than doing small daily acts of kindness. Is that true or is that false? What y'all thinking? Giving extravagant gifts is a more effective way to show love than doing small daily acts of kindness. What y'all think? What y'all think? True or false? False or true? Give y'all some time. I see you. I see you all. So let's see here. Tonality says false. Mark Leak says no. If she is ups- if she is upset, no. Okay, that's honest. False. False. Anybody else want to give to that? Anybody else want to answer? Okay, so the answer is false. While gifts can be meaningful, consistent small gestures like making coffee or checking in is everything, y'all. Don't dismiss the power of checking in. Like, hey, I was just thinking about you, just checking in. Or if you're going through something, if your significant other or even friend is going through something, just checking in with them, seeing how you're doing. That means everything. It really does. So anyway, so can build stronger connections, and this basically comes from relationship experts. They basically say that everyday kindness fosters emotional security. Emotional security is everything. Emotional security is everything. Be a sucker if you want. Absolutely. All right. So Mark says, just a nice kiss, massage, or hug can be wonderful. Oh my goodness, absolutely. Especially when it's coming from your lover. Those things, that forehead kiss, that hug, mm, everything, right? All right, boom. So those are all the questions that I have for tonight, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I really appreciate all the feedback. Thank you for the extra subscriptions as well. I got that alert, this notification this morning. Y'all keep on sharing the word. Please make sure that you are liking, subscribing across all platforms. You hear me? Please do that. Melody says, forehead kiss cure. Yes, it does. You remember when you were a kid and you hurt yourself, right? And your mama would, or your caregiver would give you a kiss, and it seems like it made it all better, right? I don't know. For me as a grown adult, that forehead kiss, it's like, what issues? What issues? Mark says, even a cheek kiss. Yes, absolutely. A kiss from your significant other, period, is anything, especially if you like them. If you like a significant other, they could do the smallest thing and it just brighten your day. Just hearing their voice, whatever. Absolutely. All right, boom. So please, again, make sure that you're following, liking across all platforms, right? Y'all know I got to do my spiel before I give my thank yous. Relationship soup, period. You got to put the period, y'all, on YouTube. And please, if you are not subscribed, hit that button, right? Let YouTube know that y'all enjoy this content. All right, if you want to follow me as Relationship Soup LLC, remember on IG is Relationship Soup. Don't forget the greeting cards at relationshipsoup.com. All right. So, hey, make sure that y'all are getting those greeting cards ordered. If you local, you can get them for Valentine's Day. It's still some time. Great show, Lise. Thank you, Tonality. I appreciate that. This was a great stream. Absolutely. Love, it ain't just because it's Valentine's Day. Love is every day. Whether it's love you show yourself, love that you show other people, your lover, friends, family, whatever, right? Love is a beautiful thing. All right. So, of course, let me go ahead and give my shout outs to my mama. My mother said, even though she's not feeling well, she's actually in the hospital right now. Even though she isn't feeling well, she said, I'm still going to watch. So, mama, thank you so much for watching, and you're gonna pull through, right? You'll be back to your old self sooner than what you think. Shout out to Lyric, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for everything. I really appreciate you. And then to, of course, my aunt Anna. I know she's listening tonight. She's running around doing things. Her business is doing extremely well, and I'll share more about that as well on a future show. So again, I appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all for joining me in the studio. Y'all already know I appreciate you. All right. So, like I end every show, love yourself. Don't forget to love yourself. It starts with you. Whatever you got to do to show that love, it starts with you. Because what starts the love inside that really does determine how other people gonna love you, right? So keep that in mind. And until the next show, peace.